Okay, and then we're gonna get in Cole. All right, Arcane season 2, episode 4, 5, and 6 ending.
Well,
Now,
I just
already had my I watched this. I'll say what time? It's Tuesday. I watched this on Sunday. I ain't gonna lie, I watched it like Sunday or Saturday night or whenever like first initially dropped, bro. And I don't know why. I'm saying this season 2 has already blew season 1 out the water for me. But bro, the ending fight for I forgot her name. What's her name? Isha or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it drew me to tears. And honestly, and it's crazy because this character was introducing like not even 2 to 3 episodes. Like this. I don't know, bro. The way that they're making this is like crazy. I'm trying to reiterate everything I said like when I first initially, because I already talked about it with Raw, and you feel me. But well, I'm trying to think. I said I liked how each, like, because they're splitting in 3 acts. I like how each, like, ending act episode, so, like, episode 3 and episode 6, it seemed like a genuine finale for, like, any regular 8 episode show. Like, each one of those, like, ending act episodes was a finale on its own. Bro, that whole little thing with, like, Warwick actually being Vander. I already knew that because I watched some like lore videos and stuff. I ain't gonna lie, but that was crazy. This show was good. This show has some nice fights, bro. They had some fights where it wasn't just like compilation or like montages with like loud music. They had some like actual like boxing animated fights, and I don't know, bro. I'm gonna add some stuff when we watch this little explain, but this is yeah. Yeah, this is a really good episode, bro.
Too, and I'm like,
what the hell is going on?
I can't handle this.
I ain't gonna lie, 4, 5, and 6 was a little confusing. It was still good though, but it was confusing. It was pacing. I have no idea what happened to Jace. Why Jace is like a completely different character. That man, he killing people now. He's I don't know. He had some little thing with the arcane machine. I don't know. We don't know where Echo and Heimendinger are. Vi went on some emo phase. Still hit. No cap. But you feel me? She in her whole little emo phase. Jinx is somewhat cool now. She not like all the way crazy. She crazy a little bit, but still cooking.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Yep, a lot is going on, from Victor's cryptic lines, Jace's hallucinations, like who is this guy, and we can't forget Isha's sacrifice. There's a lot to get to in this video, so make sure you play support this round by clicking like and subscribe. The end of Act 2 begins with this mechanical cog, and you're probably asking yourself, Think Story, what does this have to do with anything? This cog was taken from the well after Jinx accidentally broke it. You'll notice it has 2 distinct sides, one clean and one covered in this colorful oily substance which was introduced in Act 1. We first saw it on the leaves from the tree in the hidden
What was this?
sanctuary.
This is when the hex tuck core is like it's evolving and stuff. That's what it means. Yeah.
Jace says that the patterns of this substance are the same on the plants he and Victor used when they experimented with the hex core.
It matches the corruption we saw on the plants we tested with the hex core.
So on one side we have corruption and the other we don't. This matches Victor's speech where he talks about opposing emotions of humanity, like hate and compassion, being 2 sides of the same coin. The cog here is that coin. This metaphor of one thing being able to do 2 different things is echoed in Victor's final line.
That which inspires us to our greatest good is also the cause of our greatest evil.
And I think what he's referring to here is love. Love can cause us to do both amazing or terrible things. Just look at the evil Singed has done in the name of love to save his daughter.
Why does anyone commit acts others deem unspeakable?
For love, yeah.
For love.
It's confirmed in Act 2 that Singed is indeed Dr. Corin Revik, the clockwork toy shop owner who augmented his daughter's body in order to keep her alive after a terrible case of lung blight. This daughter, of course, is the League of Legends character Orianna. We know that Victor ends up dying to Jace, but the question I have for you is, does Victor know this is going to happen? Victor's been given incredible powers that make him almost godlike. He can take over other people's bodies, go into people's minds, and heal the diseased. He can also see into the past, like what he does with Singed. Who is to say he can't see into the future? When Jinx, Vi, and Warwick first arrive at the Sanctuary, Victor's assistant says he was expecting them. It's Victor's death that leads to Warwick making this transformation into Firefang Warwick in our epic Act 2 finale. If Victor hadn't have died, these events likely wouldn't have happened. So you have to ask yourself, is this all part of a larger plan that Victor foresaw? And if you believe Victor is kind of like this Christ-like figure, who's to say he won't be resurrected too? Just like Christ, Victor was betrayed by his best friend. Jesus also knew that he was going to die, so it raises a lot of questions. Victor also hints that things
That's a crazy comparison, but
way when he asks
it is valid.
If he believes in fate, questioning whether we're guided by an invisible hand. In Act 1, we actually see a cloaked figure holding something in his or her hand.
Another thing, hold on, another thing that I said while we was talking with this earlier, I did say how, you remember in season 1 when Jace and his mom, young Jace, when him and his moms got saved in some like weird tornado thing that they was in, and there was like a mysterious wizard dude that saved them. I'm still thinking that it was either Jace from the future or part of that whole Heztech corruption thing, or it was Victor from like this timeline that saved him. I'm still thinking that. Remember with you know.
Jace. In Act 2, he returns from the Hex Gate markedly changed. He looks ragged and has this blue rune embedded in his wrist, with corruption emanating from it. We've actually seen this rune before in Jace's flashback in Season 1, the mysterious hooded figure given to him after saving him and his mother's life.
I'm telling you, this is exactly the dude I'm talking about. Who is this dude?
To lead a life of science investigating these runes. So is this hooded figure somehow Victor?
That's what I'm saying.
Corrupting Jace, we have to think about where he went. I believe the corrupted Hexgate took him to a different realm, of which League of Legends has several. The most likely is the Void. It's a different dimension that exists outside of Runeterra and is filled with chaotic destructive energy and beings which exist only to consume and corrupt. Something has obviously taken control of him. Victor even says that the man before him isn't Jace. We also get this cryptic image while he's being corrupted, which only lasts for a frame or two. Could this be the person who is controlling him, or is it just part of his hallucination? I think the biggest twist would be if Victor was the one orchestrating all this, that Victor had to get Jace to kill him for some bigger purpose yet to be revealed. We also don't know what happened to Echo or Heimerdinger. Did they go to the same place as Jace, or perhaps different realms entirely? Act 2 also sees arch enemies Jinx and Vi teaming up after Jinx learns their father, Vander, has turned into the beast Warwick. Jinx knows that some part of his humanity is still buried within, so they take him to Victor in the hopes his healing powers could save him. Vander's seemingly dead body found its way into the hands of Singed, who performed devious experiments in the efforts to find a cure for death. In episode 205, he says Warwick might be able to cure his daughter.
I believe the beast may hold the final key.
If Warwick somehow becomes this cure for death, it's possible his blood could bring back Victor and Isha. Mbessa, however, wants Warwick for an entirely different purpose. She sees the beast as a weapon to be unleashed upon her enemies, and thus she makes a deal with Singed.
Your weapons will be mine. In return,
she got her ass beat.
This leads us to the Act 2 finale. Caitlyn, having been trained by Mbessa and propped up as the commander in charge of dealing with the Zaunite rebellion, has turned on her general. Warwick has turned into its Firefang form, and I'm curious if this has anything to do with the death of Victor and his healing properties. When Victor dies, we'll see everyone he has healed break down, almost as if they were robots shutting off. It looks as though their arcane magic, which was used to heal them, leave leaves their body. If any healing was done to Warwick, would it leave him too, resulting in this creature we see before us? But what everyone is going to be talking about is Isha's sacrifice. At the very end, she takes
There's no way that nigga's still alive.
seemingly killing Warwick and generating a large explosion. From a story perspective, this makes a lot of sense. Over the past few episodes, Jinx has made an incredible bond with this girl, and having her and Vander die as a result of Mbessa's attack will be the motivation she needs to rise up against Piltover. If you'll recall, Jinx has kind of been this unwilling leader figure for the Resistance, stating that she has no desire to unite the fractured gangs of Zaun to take on Piltover.
You're a symbol.
And it sucks cause Jinx and Vi were like bonding too with the little Isha girl. And then, like, bro, her and Vander are seemingly dead, and yeah, it's like right back from star one. Now Jinx, like, everybody dying.
Symbol?
But with this new development,
that was fun. That was a little funny little bit.
Focus on an uprising with Jinx at the helm. Isha's sacrifice also makes sense thematically. It's a decision done out of love. We've already seen how characters like Singed and Victor say love can be a driving force for good and evil. Isha may be sacrificing herself, but it's a decision based on love. Isha is saving her friends and preventing Warwick from becoming a weapon for Mbessa. It's also interesting that in this very episode, Mbessa talks about a fourth principle of Noxus, and this principle is sacrifice.
Sacrifice. The temper born of suffering.
Speaking of which, if you've seen my Act 1 video, you'll know Mbessa is targeted by a group known as the Black Rose Cabal.
Ooh, he still got to talk about the whole Mendesa side plot.
This has really pissed them off. The exact reasons why are a bit shady, and this seems to be one of the big mysteries going forward. We can assume that it is the Black Rose Cabal that imprisoned Mbessa's daughter Mel at the end of Act 1. It's the same crimson colors, and Black Rose, her assistant, is picked up by. Act 2 introduces us to these chains, which are an ability the character LeBlanc has in the game, who is coincidentally also a member of the Black Rose. Even the top of her cell is shaped like that of a rose. In the credits, the voice is seen as Illusionary Sorceress, and LeBlanc is known for illusion magic. Plus, she's voiced by Minnie Driver. You don't just have a big celebrity voice a throw-off character. It's also possible Vladimir might come into play. All these crimson colors and blood imagery are indicative of him, and he also happens to be one of the founding members of this cabal. He can control the minds and bodies of others, which he might be doing to Mel here. In her cell, Mel is shocked to find her dead brother Kino. This turns out to be an apparition, and when Mel is confronted by two voices, one male and one female, they say they had such high hopes for Kino being the child they are looking for.
At first, it seemed plausible that he could have been the child.
This hints that they may have been his killer, and these two are indeed Vladimir and LeBlanc. In the previous scene, Kino talked about a secret affair Mbessa had many years ago, and the child born of this affair inherited something their captors want. Perhaps Mel has a sister, and what does the female voice say after chaining Mel up?
But then your mother led us to you. Sister.
Or could Mel have been this child?
That sister.
And could the thing the Black Rose is looking for be her enchanted Solari armor? It's been hinted that Mel is part Solari. Just take a look at her outfit in Season 1, which is eerily reminiscent of the item Iron Locket of the Solari. We see this armor glow gold right before Jinx's missile attack, which leaves her and Jace pretty much unscathed. This glowing magic seems to free Mel from her confines in 205, but this is the last we see of her character in Act 2. It should also be noted that Kino refers to this cell as a, quote, special chamber to seal off false prophets. So I'm wondering if Mel is some sort of prophet. If she is of extreme importance, it may explain why Mbessa sent her away to Piltover. Not because she thought her daughter was weak, but because she would be safer there. So we have a lot going on as we head into the final act. A murderous Jace, Heimer and Echo nowhere to be found, Mel's whereabouts, and the aftermath of Warwick's death.
Act 3, bro. I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on it.
For all our characters. But I want to hear what you think will happen.
I might watch Saturday night again. Shoot.
In the comments below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And for more bad takes, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram.
Nah, bro. See, bro. Arcane, it's a treat to watch, bro. It's a treat to watch, bro. Season 1, bro. Season 1 was good, but this season 2 is, yeah, bro. Very great show. Very great show. But I'm trying to lock in on this J. Cole.